Welcome back to Perfect Space, y'all. Guess what? It's season 3. No, it's not season 3, y'all. Why I keep mixing up the season?
What season is it?
It's season 2. It's episode 3. I don't know what's going on with me in my brain.
Wow.
It's because I had a nap. I went from church to the parade.
Wow.
To coming home to Perfect Space, but I'm okay.
It's all over.
It's all, but it's okay.
Gotcha.
Because I'm here tonight. That's all that matters.
Show, you do what you want to do.
It's my show. I do what I want to do. Okay, I'm excited about that. Okay.
Talk about it.
Listen, y'all already know we get started at 9:05 on the dot. So we take this moment to share. Let me get on here to see who's on here. So when y'all come in, I can speak. Y'all know I'm bad. I always do that after the fact. I wish I should have that pulled up beforehand, but it's okay. And y'all, shout out to me. What's up, Tiffany? Shout out to me, y'all. This is my first time using my streaming service, going live from Facebook and from YouTube. I always just do it from Facebook and just upload to YouTube. But I am proud of myself, y'all, okay? So I'm excited. Patting myself on the back. Thanks, honey.
Oh, yeah, you deserve it.
Thanks, Steve. I really appreciate it. And hold on, let me get my speech. First, giving out to the guy who's ahead of my lane, my pastor, them, the church families, all the deacons, ministers, and
Everybody.
And well, at our church we like to say we take the choir, the musicians, the sound, the doorkeepers, and all the people watching online. All clergy, and Bishop said we have the best pastoral staff. I thank you all. I'm so proud of myself, y'all, because this new for me. Hey, Miss Alicia, how you doing? Like I said, when you get on, make sure you share, make sure you tag somebody, and make sure you say something so I can shout you out. Also, I do want to let you guys know that the giveaways from the hoodies will be posted tomorrow. So if you went on the website and subscribed, you still have a chance to do it because I'm not going to post it until probably 1 o'clock tomorrow, and you'll win a black Perfect Space hoodie for the free. That was our Black Friday. All you have to do is go on our website, and I will post it when I get off here. And you can just go on our Facebook, and you can click the link, and you subscribe. You put your email address and your phone number, and you are entered into a chance to win. It is that simple, y'all. It's free merch, okay? Because you give me a while, the merch is not going to be free anymore. And don't be trying to wait until I get famous and I have my own TV show to be asking me, can you get merch? Because you have to pay for it.
I ain't paying for it, man.
Well, you guys will have to pay for it.
Okay, yeah.
I'm lying. You're going to pay for it.
I'm not. I'm definitely not.
You're definitely not broke.
I'm broke. I said I'm broke.
Oh, what's that? But you're not broke. He's
broke.
He's not broke.
I ain't broke, but I'm broke.
And he's single.
And he's ready to mingle. And get frisky.
No, he is not.
In the name of the Lord.
He is not ready to do
as long as it's in the name of the Lord.
What's up, Des? Hey, Timothy. Listen, he is not ready to jingle, okay? He is not going to commit any infidelity.
My God.
It has to be in the name of the Lord. In other words, it has to be done right.
Yeah, it gotta be done.
That means you need to be married, okay?
Gotta be married.
Gotta be decently in order.
And please let it be decently in the order because, listen, we don't need no foolishness. And we don't need no spirits attached to my brother.
Come on. Right. I don't need no extra soul ties.
Okay, extra soul ties and all kinds of craziness going.
Just jump.
Just jump. I mean, legit jump. We don't need that. We don't got time for that.
I ain't got time for that.
Y'all, we got 2 minutes down. Hey, Troy, what's up, bro? How you doing? Again, like to say, y'all, share. I'm missing some people because it's going so fast. But once you get on, share. And we're about to get started in a second. Y'all, our topic tonight is infidelity. Y'all, and y'all see I got 2 people ganging up on me. I feel like I have this weird notion that you two are gonna have this men mentality mindset.
Wow. I mean, we are men though. We are men though, so we okay.
I know you are men, but I don't need no defense. You know why? Because God is in my corner.
No, you don't need no defense. And
I wore white, y'all. You see, I wore white tonight because I want to represent purity. Because I'm pure.
About you.
I am pure. I'm very pure. All right, so since we are now, what's good? Just got back from filming. Listen, I'm so proud of you, bro. I'm so proud of you. Keep going, keep pushing. Gerard has got for filming. He is going to be in a movie or whatever. So this is amazing. So I'm really proud of him. Keep pushing, keep going. But please let us know when it airs so we can share and support you like you do for us.
I was in a few movies myself, and a lot of people don't realize.
Yeah, he's definitely an actor. And he's a model.
X movies.
Fast and the Furious.
Yes.
I was in that movie, yeah.
Legit.
When I was driving on the highway, I was driving that blue car. I was just driving past.
I was in movies too.
Yeah.
Which ones?
Yeah, I was driving past.
Which ones?
X movies.
Porn?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You know what my stage name was?
What was your stage name, Jamie?
Bald Peanut.
What?
Bald Peanut.
Bald Peanuts?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hey, Peanut, you up?
He just walk on set.
Walk out there. Hey, y'all.
Oh,
you was probably doing the same time I was stripping.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah. I think I saw you passing one time. I was like, is that day? I was like, I ain't know, but you know.
Yeah, y'all smile. I was. They called me coffee cake.
Coffee.
Oh wow.
Cake.
I was coffee cake.
Yeah. You was coffee cake.
They're lying.
Yeah,
You
I
cannot.
was out there. I still get a royalty check.
Yeah.
You cannot catch
How
on
you think the bills get paid in here?
Yeah, construction.
Peanut. Bald Peanuts pay these bills in here.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's why he is done.
Yeah, y'all ain't ready to talk about that.
What's
No,
up, Dominic? Hey, Micaiah. So it's 9:06. Let me go ahead and get y'all on the details. Now, you guys know that we always share the details of our outfits with you. And because there's another business coming called the Low End Closet. I will give you information about that later. But my dress is, and I'll post pictures, my dress is a low-end fashion, which is going to be from Shein. My shoes, and I didn't put them on because these things hurt my feet. My shoes is Louis Vuitton.
That's nice.
Here. My earrings are, I'm going to scoot up a little bit, Chanel dupes. These are definitely dupes, though. These are dupes. Chanel dupe earrings. In the blue. I don't know where your outfit came from. I think it's like Iman. Mm-hmm. And your shoes are, I don't know what those are called. I'm not a sneaker person. Jordan Lowe's, all white. And his stylist is Sanye. And I'll post the deets for Sanye later. My stylist is myself. Duh.
Why you was choking me, shaking up the tag in the back?
I was not choking. Do you want me to choke you?
No, I'm just saying, Jesus Christ, I want to live. I gotta go to work in the morning.
What happened to Bald Peanut?
Right.
I never got. I didn't get choked by my own Bald Peanut. I didn't choke.
Oh, you did get choked.
That wasn't your contract.
It wasn't in the contract. Wow. Bald Peanut and coffee cake, everybody. Well, let me go ahead and introduce for the ones that's new tonight. I'm Lori. This is Perfect Space. This is
Bald Peanut.
Oh my God. Not Bald Peanut. This is
Bald Peanut.
Jamie Carter, my co-host. And we have a special guest tonight. We have extraordinaire, millionaire, world famous gym owner of Christ Life Fitness.
The biggest gym in something.
In the region of South Carolina. Derek Spann, everybody. Let me.
The single Derek Spann. What's up?
The single, ready to mingle.
Derek Spann.
But not to jingle.
He wants to jingle, but it has to be
in the Lord.
In the Lord's name, y'all.
Yeah, we're not going to be jingling. With his wife.
That's right.
Hi, Darnella. Ugon, Chanel. I'm trying to miss Epps. We got some new faces on here. Help us, Lord Jesus. Right, help us. Oh my God, y'all. Please do not just fill it with them at all. Just don't follow them at all. You know, because his name is Jamie. His name is Derek. At the beginning of the video, when you watch the replay, this is not Bald Peanut. This is not coffee cake. Okay? Don't go searching. You're not going to find it at all. Okay? Because some people live in the flesh. They're going to try to go find.
Go see if they on there for real.
We talking that Bald Peanut.
Bald Peanut.
XXX. Right. Coffee cake, the stripper. XXX.
They going to go look for
it. The Saints going to go look for real.
They going to go look for it for real.
They ain't gonna find me because my that was way back in the day. That was,
I was
on VHS. I was on VHS.
Not VHS.
You had to get the TV with the tape and push it in.
You're not gonna find digital version.
Did you have to rewind it?
Yeah. My tapes was VHS, and it eventually rolled over to CD. I was happy when CDs came in, but now that's
it. Linton Diaz, how are you tonight? So, y'all, we are talking about infidelity tonight. Hey, Nell. Hey, my sister. Hey, Malcolm. How are you? That's my sister. I love my Nell. And you did a beautiful job as well. Hi, Arson Gill. How are you? All right. So, guys, we're talking about infidelity, a.k.a. cheating. Okay? That's what it is. Infidelity is the fancy name for you doing something you ain't got no business doing, which is called cheating. So I'm going to give you guys the Webster dictionary version of infidelity. It says the action or state of being unfaithful to a spouse or other sexual partner. Also, another definition is when a person is in a monogamous romantic relationship, has an emotional or sexual relationship with someone else without their partner's consent. So basically, in the same breath, you cheating. It's just simply you cheat. You doing something you got no business cheating and doing. So I'm gonna say this: what do you consider cheating? Which one of y'all want to go first? Because I always go first, and I have a mouth spiel. Who want to go first?
Go ahead. You go first. Because you don't go first anyway.
I low-key do, but that don't mean
go ahead.
I'm supposed to go first.
Go ahead.
Hey, Monty. Hey, I think your last name is Salam. Salaam. What's up? I want to see you, and thank you for joining Perfect Space. So, what I think cheating is anything you do, whether you are married or dating somebody, exclusive. I think infidelity or cheating is doing anything you cannot do in front of that partner. Point blank period. Mm-hmm. If you can't do it in front of me, that means you cheat. I don't care what it is. I know I used to get dinged a lot from you because you say I used to be flirting all the time with people. And you said, you said what?
Still do a little bit.
So you think I flirt?
Oh, yeah.
I'm flirtatious?
Oh, yeah.
When? Where? I want to.
Today at the parade.
When? How? You were not at the parade.
Jordan know what I'm talking about with.
What is? See, this is so. Go back and watch. Look at Derek say. Go back and watch last week's episode when we talked about deflection. Mm-hmm. Very big on that. Accountability versus blame. Please go back and watch episode 2 because prime king example. Okay, because you can't give me an example of what you're talking about, when I was. But I know when we first started dating, and Derek kicked into this because Derek used to say the same thing and back me up and say that I was flirtatious. Yeah. Or no, it wasn't flirtatious. Y'all would say friendly.
Yeah,
I'm too friendly.
Yeah.
I would get that a lot.
Yeah.
You
don't think you were too friendly?
I have a very bold personality.
Well, I get that a lot too.
Yeah, I have a bold personality. So people can think that I'm flirting with them and I'm not. Hey, Veronica. What's up, Mari? People think that I'm flirting, but I'm not flirting with them at all. I'm being nice. That's just my genuine personality, or whatever.
I get that all the time too.
I guess I wouldn't consider that cheating, but if it's disrespectful to my mate or well, that's another conversation because it could be not disrespectful. It could be just my mate's insecurities, and they're deflecting and putting that back off on me. Right. So it could be that too. So I think cheating, wrapped it all in one, is anything I do outside of my partner's view that I can't do in their face. Mm-hmm. It's simple as that. That's how I look at cheating or whatever. So everything. Texting, talking, smiling, looking, hooking, touching, anything. Sorry, I got it. That escalated really quickly. But yeah, any of those things I automatically think is cheating at all. Period. Or whatever. So I'm gonna go to Derek. What do you think cheating is?
I think cheating is the actual definition of the word. You know, having any type of sexual contact with anyone outside of your mate. I think that's considered cheating. But at the same time, I think in today's society and the way that a lot of people feel in relationships is relatable. It's relatable to different people. Like you said, you clearly read the definition, the Webster definition, but your own personal definition was something different. Right. So it was like, you know what I'm saying? It really kind of depends on the person. Everybody has their own opinion as to what they think cheating is. So I think that really has to be discussed between you and your mate, you and your partner. beforehand. You know what I'm saying? You need to have that talk. Okay, what's considered cheating? Because sometimes my personality may come off, because the same way somebody might think that, you know, I'm being flirty or I'm being extra friendly just because of my personality. If I'm a people person and I connect easily with people, then, you know, I could be talking to a waitress or something like that and just kind of laughing, hey, what's your name? Oh, you chill, you know, and just making jokes like I always do anyway. Y'all see me, I do that all the time anyway. But if I do that around my partner and she consider that, oh, you being, you know, flirty, you being disrespectful and stuff like that, then that's something I need to know. She needs to, if you understand that's my personality, but you didn't express to me that, hey, you know what I'm saying, I feel some type of way about that. You know what I'm saying? That comes across a certain way. So that needs to be related. Y'all, that needs to be a discussion that's had. So people already know, okay, my partner's not cool with me doing this, you know, around him. So like you think about the Bible. If meat offends your brother, don't eat it in front of him. So the same that same principle applies. The Bible said didn't say you can't do it. It said don't do it in front of them because they may offend it. Doesn't mean necessarily what you're doing is wrong, but that person may find an offense to it. Then so that's a principle that applies to people in general, and not just because it doesn't change just because that's your partner. So even with your partner, if certain things offend them, that needs to be related, because naturally you don't want to hurt your partner. You don't want to make your partner feel uncomfortable or think that you're doing something outside of what you're actually doing, but at the same time, you know, you may not know. And that just may be your personality. So, you know, like I said, I'm not saying that, you know, opinion is wrong. I'm not saying that this person's opinion is wrong. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm going by the actual definition. You know, if that's what the terminology means, then you know that's what the word is. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, of course, people have their own opinions and stuff like that. So
I agree. Because I think the Webster definition was like sexually, and they left it there. Sexually. So that interpretation, I would say, if I'm in an arc, well, I ain't cheat because I ain't had sex with nobody. And I feel like that's the first thing a lot of people say when they get caught cheating and it's not sexual. Their first go-to or first defense of themselves is, I ain't had sex with them. That's supposed to make me feel better that you ain't actually slept with them. My thing is, I feel like the other acts can lead up to sex. So I consider it in my brain, okay, it's still cheating. It's still some form of infidelity. But I feel like that is the go to if we're texting somebody something inappropriately, or what it is, or you knowingly flirting and your intentions is to get attention from the next person, and you with somebody. My thing is, you get caught as, oh, I didn't have sex with them, and I feel like that shouldn't be the line of defense at all. I feel like we should be steering away from that line of defense, and I think that goes back to last week's conversation about accountability versus blame. And about what the case to be, but I would say blame is the punishment. Accountability is saying, dang, I did mess up. Like, this ain't been cool. Like you said, with whatever boundaries your relationship set or whatever it was, saying, okay, that this makes me uncomfortable. If you've already discussed this, if you already set the guidelines for your relationship, or if the case may be, okay, now take accountability for what the boundaries we set in our relationship.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So what do you think, Jim? What do you consider cheating?
Honestly, y'all both covered it. Y'all both really did cover it. I really don't have nothing else to really. It's like being, you know, pretty much repetitive at this point.
So in the chat, y'all tell me what you think cheating is. I want to hear from you all. What do you think cheating is? Y'all drop it in the chat. Let me see what you got to say. So I'm gonna move to the next question here while we're waiting on you guys to answer. And I got some comments here that was like, true. People say, yeah, it could be just your personality or whatever. So we have some thoughts that people are agreeing as well. Okay. Have you ever cheated? Have you ever cheated? I'm gonna go first. I never cheated. I'm not a cheater. I'm a saint. That's why I'm wearing all white, because I'm representing purity on tonight. I've never cheated at all. Hey, Rashid, how are you? I've never cheated. That's just not who I am. It's not in me. And like I said, I'm representing all white tonight because I'm representing purity.
Okay. Well, I have cheated before.
I've cheated before.
I have cheated before. Now, I'm not a cheater, but I have cheated before. And I've been cheated on.
I have been cheated on as well.
So,
well, I can't say I have. According to my definition that I gave, I have cheated. According to my definition. According to the Webster's definition, I'm a saint. I'm a saint. We have to catch those confessionals after dark for Perfect Space. Isn't that right, Chanel?
So according to your definition,
I've cheated.
Okay, according to your definition.
According to the Webster's definition, I have never cheated at all. Okay. In any relationship.
Okay.
At all.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So, would any of you like to elaborate?
No, I mean, I would say, you know, just on the whole cheater part. You know what I'm saying? I don't think a person can be classified as a cheater just because that's a mistake that they made.
Or you had one moment, right?
Yeah. You know, because some people have had just a moment. Like in my situation, like I have. It's not like I'm an habitual cheater. Like I've done it over and over again. Like I made the mistake before in a past relationship. You know, right. I have made that mistake. But it's just like saying, you know, it's like saying that you're a liar, you know, because you told a lie a couple of times in your life. Right. Doesn't mean you're just a liar. You know what I'm saying? Like you just tell lies all the time. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just because you made a particular mistake one time in your life, or you've done it maybe even more than this, you know, it doesn't, you know. I feel that you can't classify somebody as a cheater unless they have the mentality like I'm intentionally doing it, you know what I'm saying? I've habitually done it, you know what I'm saying? I just can't be faithful, stuff like that. You know, that's when, you know,
that leads to my next question. I'm glad you said that. So, do you think cheating is a choice or a mistake?
Both.
Both?
Both, definitely. Yeah, everything is a choice. Yeah, everything is a choice. That's period. Yeah. You know, even if you have a weak moment, if you still made a choice. Even in you know, saying you still made a choice.
I have a completely different opinion from you. I feel like cheating is a choice. Yeah. Because it takes time and energy and planning to cheat if you are with somebody. I just feel like you have to be making those choices. Somebody gave me a big thumbs up. Chanel, me and you on the same page. Choice. I feel like it's a choice.
Especially with sex involved.
Yeah, especially
but
when
cheating isn't always involved. A physical thing. It could be a mental thing too, emotional.
Tiffany, what's the no for? Elaborate.
I said cheating isn't always a physical thing. Sometimes it's an emotional thing too as well.
I still feel like that's a choice because you're choosing to go outside of your home or your relationship to find what you're so-called missing, or I don't think sometimes. I'm gonna refrain from saying what you're missing because I feel like we put a stigmatism on cheating all the time. It's like, okay, I only did because I'm missing something at home or this person not provided. Sometimes it spurs from other places, unchecked spirits, unchecked personal things, unchecked like that, or whatever.
Yeah, ultimately that's where it stems from. I think a lot of people gotta understand that someone cheating stems from a person's ability just not lack control. Right. I've seen people say, "Oh, if you cheat, if you love me, that's not necessarily that." And I'm not saying that the person that the person does love you. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, in that case, but I'm just saying that you can't use that as a tool.
I told y'all, but I told you.
I'm saying you can't let that be the deciding factor whether or not a person loves you. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes some people are just undisciplined in that area. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just like saying, well, if you love me, you'll stop smoking. Can that person just immediately stop smoking? They could.
Took me a while now.
Yeah, they could. No, there's a lot of people.
It took me a while.
Yeah, you got some people that have strong alcoholism. You know what I'm saying? I personally know females who were molested, you know, when they were children and up to the time of the adolescent years and stuff like that. And they have strong, uncontrollable sexual desires. You know what I'm saying? And so they've been in relationships and they cheat like crazy on that man, not because they didn't love him, but because they had more issues. You know what I'm saying? So it's bad to look at my circumstance but not know my story. And then blame me on, and then look at me and then just satisfy, oh, well, you don't love him, you don't know that person's issue. And I think that's the problem. We overlook that person is dealing with something deeper.
And see, and not to cut you off, but that was gonna be my next thing, because it's like with me being molested at an early age when I was young, like from the age of like 5 or 7, it caused me to have crazy. I'm talking about crazy sexual desires that were never checked until I got married. Right. Seriously. And so That's definitely spot on that you said that, man.
It does. People have to understand that. You know what I'm saying? So you have to look at the person's ability to be able to have self-control in a particular area. If that person doesn't have self-control in sex, then it's not that they don't care about you, not that they don't love you. That's something that's just running wild in their life. Doesn't excuse it. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't excuse the choice of decision, but it explains it, and you need to understand it. Instead of trying to kill the person, you understand that person needs help in that area. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that could be anything outside, not just sex. It could be anything.
I agree. I'm gonna read some comments. You know, when your feelings, emotions for someone that's not. So basically, you know, you got feelings, emotions for somebody that's not your spouse. So I say I think it's more of a choice than a mistake, because you have the choice, and if you don't, another person, if you don't disconnect, it becomes your choice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do agree with that. If at some point, if you see the relationship is spiraling out of control, or the relationship is coming something that you can't do in front of your spouse, and you have the conversation, it starts off friendly, and then it leads to y'all becoming inappropriate, like have inappropriate conversations, or they're making comments like sexually to you, or comments that make you uncomfortable. If that's a good point, if you do not disconnect, then it becomes a choice. Sometimes you have to recognize, take accountability. Okay, this don't feel right. This ain't what it was before. Yeah. Now I'm making a choice to continue on, and now it comes from something that's simple as I'm not necessarily getting played, just kind of getting reeled in. Like I'm making a mistake, I need to back up. To versus I'm realizing what this person is doing, and now my intentions are starting to match their intentions, and now I'm making a choice. Tiffany said it could be both. Also depends on the individual's mindset. Veronica said you can make the decision not to. Literally, I can say it was a mistake when you can make the decision not to. I agree. Hey Angel, how are you? I would say this about the childhood trauma or the unchecked stuff that we go through. I'm just a person, a place in my life, if I was single and I was dating somebody, and even in my marriage, if Jamie was to cheat and then cheat again, and that's one thing that's that I thought was my deal breaker. I honestly say I thought it was my deal breaker. Like, if you cheat on me in any form, whether it's sexual, emotional, my whole thing is, don't ever put me in a situation where I'm embarrassed to the world. Like, I'm in defense of my relationship. That's always my thing. I don't ever want to be put in that place where I feel like I'm constantly defending my marriage or constantly defending my relationship with a person, because that's an ugly place to be in, or whatever. You can never really live happily through it, because you're always on the fence, defending that we love each other, defending that we together, defending that no matter what, I don't care what you did. I don't ever want to be put in that place where I'm defending my marriage or defending my relationship 24/7. So I would say when it deals with the childhood trauma and the things of that sort, like, my question to you all, because you guys brought that up, it would be like, when does the man, I'm just saying because you're a man, when does the man come healed enough not to bring the trauma into the relationship, or to be able to recognize that I have this trauma, I've made this mistake of cheating? When does the man say, okay, I'm just gonna get myself help, versus I did it and I'm going to be begging for forgiveness over and over and over again? And the excuse, because at that point, I feel like it becomes an excuse, is, well, I was molested as a child. Or, I saw my mama do this right here. Or I saw my daddy have multiple women. Like, when is it? I was like, women are expected. If a woman cheats, how that's the old term. A woman can't waddle in the mud and get back up clean. But a man can waddle in the mud and wash himself off and go right back out there. I feel like it's always a double standard, that the same way we're supposed to take your trauma and say, I know you've been through this or whatever, and be remorseful and have empathy towards you. If it was another way around and I went to go cheat on Jamie, I don't feel like it would be more receptive for him to take me back. I'd like, when will that change, or how can that change? Is it a building of the mindsets of the double standard that we have with men and women? Because I feel like a lot of men I feel like Jamie has it. I feel like, because he says it often, the statement, a woman can't waddle in the mud and get back up, but a man can. When does that standard change?
Well, I don't, first of all, I disagree with the standard. I think society has painted this whole picture, has tipped the balance, has completely tipped the balance off kilter. all together in that. Now to go back to your question when it comes down to the whole men, I think men, it's like it really just kind of depends on that man, because like you have to consider like every man ain't the same way every woman ain't the same. So everyone's at different maturity levels at certain points of their lives. Like me, I've never been a big relationship type person for many different reasons. Because I can't stand the mentality that's out there, especially with a lot of women that I come across and stuff like that. I just can't stand the mentality. I can't stand the way relationships are viewed, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, because everything is always about this relationship. It doesn't have anything to do with the person's background. It has anything to do with the person's mentality. Everybody sets this one standard, and you expect every single person, that people who grow up with different ethnicities, and people who grow up with different backgrounds, grow up with different teachings, and grow up in different homes and churches, and you expect you set this one standard and expect everybody to go up to the exact same standard, and stuff like that. And then you have people who have been in and out of relationships. I always take it back to God, man. God honors marriage. And so you have a lot of people. I've seen 12-year-olds, 13-year-old boys, 14-year-old girls, heartbroken and not even caring about relationships, being in and out of, boyfriend and girlfriend relations at an early age. I feel that minds have been tainted so badly. Yeah. To the point by the time the person gets 20 and 30 and stuff years old and trying to make a marriage work, they have both men and the women have so much trauma that has been done, and the mentality's been messed up. And then you got social media trying to tell everybody, well, if he ain't doing this, he don't love you. Right. If he don't do this, he don't love you. You got people who are bruised and hurt telling other females how a man's supposed to love them. You know what I'm saying? Right. And you got, you know what I'm saying? You got guys that have never been trained to be faithful to this one woman, telling other boys and stuff what to do. You know what I'm saying? Right, and so I think, trying to stick to that point, I think one thing that most women don't realize, and like I said, and understand stuff I'm saying, I'm explaining. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm explaining to how to help you understand. When it comes down to men, you have to understand the way men are raised in most cases, in most situations. When it comes down to the way we're raised, we're not taught relational stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're not taught relationship. Everything that we deal with as a child, from a boy, we don't even get a pat on the back from our fathers and uncles until we score a touchdown, until we shoot a basketball goal. Dang. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how we get recognized. You know what I'm saying? That's when we get the, oh yeah, you did it. You know what I'm saying? We're slap boxing and you win the slap box. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are taught relationship. Y'all are, Barbie and Ken. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of the playhouse. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all taught, the dollhouse and cleaning up at home. So, y'all are being bred and trained to try to be, that domestic, the wife, basically. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And boys aren't taught that. And honestly, I'm to be honest with you, even females help impart that stuff in boys too. When you see a little boy, you're gonna be a little heartbreaker, ain't you? All the girls gonna want you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Women say that to little boys. Yeah. All the girls gonna want you. Every time you see your friend's son or I just love him, man. All the girls gonna be on him. Oh, that's that's what they say. How many girls? I've seen women tell little boys, how many girlfriends you got? I know all the girls be chasing you. So he's listening to that, and he's smiling and he's blushing and everything, but he's painting the picture. Oh, I should be having more than one female. I should be having more than one girl. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that helps to paint the picture. Like I said, it doesn't make it right, but understand how this boy's mind is being groomed. He's not being taught be faithful in relationships. You know what I'm saying? He's looking at music videos with Nelly or somebody sitting like this and got 6 girls around him, and he's doing this, and all the video vixens are sitting in there and dudes and hugging on him like this and everything. So in his mind, he's being groomed that's how it's supposed to be. As a culture, you're being taught that's how it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to be this one guy having all these different women and all this stuff like that. And then on an even deeper note, you go back into the tradition of, go back into Africa, and you go back to centuries ago. Right. They had multiple wives. You know what I'm saying? You go back in the Bible times. They did. Yeah. They had back in the Bible times. You know what I'm saying? Legit. So that mentality was passed on. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I'm not saying it makes it right. I'm just I'm explaining. I help people to put certain things back into perspective, because we seem to get off perspective for a lot of this stuff. A lot of people and some people just don't know. You know what I'm saying? So
Some people don't want to know.
Yeah. So that hard mentality and stuff like that, you know, when it comes down to men, we're groomed as boys to be thought that way. And so you teach us all this stuff. The females are suggesting that I need to have more than one girlfriend. You tell me I need to, you know, girls gonna be chasing me. The men in my life are teaching me more about just being manly and just, you know, and in many cases teach you how to, you know, be a man in the home and fix this, which are how to be good with their hands, make money and all this stuff like that. But then you wait till I get 25 and tell me and try to teach me about monogamy. You see what I'm saying? Now you expect me to know it, and then when I get in a relationship and I don't know how to necessarily be faithful to just one, now it's like I'm the dog. I'm this. I'm that. I'm this, that, third.
You got hurt me.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like, when you've been doing it for 25 plus years.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it doesn't excuse it, but at the same time, and then you have one, and believe me, I've been the guy, so I know you have a lot of women out there who can care less. They don't help it. They'll sit there and make a lot of comments that you like how you talking there. They'll talk like that, but then when they'll see a guy in a relationship and try to do their best to try to pull them.
Oh yeah.
You'll see women go out there and try to be manipulative and try to use this and try to use everything she can to try to pull the guy out of a relationship, because in her mind she wants the attention. She wants this and that and the third. You see what I'm saying? And so you got a lot of women out there fighting for attention, fighting for this, using all types of manipulative ways to try to grab men's attention and doing all this other stuff, but then they'll be innocent because they don't want. I don't want to look like a hoe. I'm gonna be a hoe. I
operate like a hoe, but I don't want to look like a hoe.
I don't want to look like a hoe.
It makes sense.
I've seen women literally, bro. I've seen women literally be one way in front of their girls. They talking like this in front of the group, and then I can't these hoes and all this stuff, and they talk y'all men be doing all this. They say stuff like that, but they turn around and inbox you away from everybody else trying to get something on the slide. Because they didn't want to look like that in front of their homegirls. Females don't even want to look a certain way in front of other females. Yeah, I've seen that because they'll turn around and inbox you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's most definitely.
Do you do that? You don't want to look a certain way in front of your homegirls?
I mean, I'm past that point.
Not concerning what you're talking about. Go ahead, B.
My homegirl's married. So.
But it's just what I'm saying, when it comes down to it, man. So I just.
I think it's a mindset thing. I think it goes back to a mindset thing where, we have those unhealed, unchecked areas or whatever. And with your partner, I guess, is whether you guys are willing to put in the work together and individually. A lot of times I feel like, especially in the Black community, it's ostracized that we don't go to therapy, or that we just, whatever happens in our home stays in our homes. When I feel like the best part of me and Jamie's marriage, and we've always had a decent marriage. I can always say that all the time. But we've had times where we were completely unhappy, like ready to leave, ready to call it quits, ready to be done with it, or case may be. I feel like our marriage did not get to its best point until we went to therapy. Legit, individual and together. I felt like it helped me deal with a lot of unchecked issues as a young woman, because I always felt like I needed to portray to be like loud and obnoxious and have my clothes extra tight and appear to be promiscuous. But if you can ask who slept with me, not their person ever like that. But I feel like I need to appear to have all the work out together. I used to talk about, like, even when people hear me talk about sex, they will think that I'm just the most experienced person in the world. I'm a prune.
Oh,
I admit it. I'm a granny. I like to be salivated. Now I do my own thug thizzle in my own way. But a lot of my experiences of me becoming the woman has been with my husband.
That's right. I had to teach him.
Well, he taught me. Okay, and I ain't mad about it.
Had to train her up in the way that she's supposed to go.
I had to train you too, because you had to slow down. You had that jackrabbit spirit on. Slow down.
I was young back then.
I know.
It's about 13 years ago.
Okay, calm down. It's all right. But see, you see how that works? He can train me, but I can't train him.
No, that's right.
Up you got.
That's right, because I'm the man of this. I'm the head.
Okay, male chauvinist. Stop. All right, we're going to move on from that.
I think you got a comment or a question or something.
Oh, yeah, I think I got one too.
So when does a man take this one?
So this is from Chanel. So when does a man take responsibility to break away from social influences and truly be accountable for what they contribute in the relationship? I believe women have to try to attempt to live above the stereotypes every day without making the excuses about how we grew up. Men give themselves more grace than females.
That's a lie.
I agree.
I'm sorry.
No, you can be candid. You can be candid. Let me speak from the female's perspective of what she said.
Of course, she don't agree with Chanel, though.
No. I just literally said that in blatant terms before she posted it. And I just said it another way. I always feel like I gave the analogy earlier. I always feel like if a woman go and have, and now it's glorified because before it used not to be glorified. Now they're talking about it in the music. Like you got what they call the Sexy Reds and these other girls. They talk about being a hoe and they have songs called Hood Rat. And our lady, I don't listen to that foolishness. I feel like it's stupid because I ain't no hood rat and I ain't no hoe. Or I'm a lady and I want you to treat me as such. Right. But I feel like back then when it was not as glorified, I felt like it was like the worst thing in the world for a woman to be called a hoe. If they had experienced multiple partners or whatever, if in school, if you would be called a hoe, that was the worst thing in the world for a woman. But for a dude to be called a hoe, that was like a badge of honor. And I feel like that's where the stereotype lies. It's like, y'all expect us to hold ourselves accountable and being a person that slept with a lot of dudes. And when the person got engaged to get married, they immediately brought that person track with, oh, she been with such and such, such and such. Oh, when her husband got me around such and such, she slept. Like they ran her down. I'm like, but that's her past. And the dude did the same thing leading up to their marriage.
I feel like women do that too.
Or whatever.
Y'all trash a man too now.
No. We'll trash the woman before we trash the dude. That's what I'm saying.
They would trash. Oh, he ain't no slut. He ain't no
I even feel like even when it comes to kids, it's a stereotype. I always use this analogy too. I can get up today, and me and Jamie got 4 kids. If I get up and say, you know what, I'm going into the military to be better for my family. Most people will say, how she gonna leave her husband? What her kids gonna do without a mama? Well, they got a daddy.
Because the woman is a nurturer.
Still, who says the daddy can't nurture? That's the stereotypes of the role. And you proving my point when you say stuff like that. Because but if Jamie would get up and leave and go in the military, they would pat him on the back and say, that man better for his family. That's a stereotype that a man can have a certain leeway to do whatever, and they can't be held up. Why, as a woman, why would I be able to go in the military and better my family?
Give him a Bible there.
I feel like we were raised in a society where they give us all these gender roles, and when we start going against the gender roles, that's when it could be so bad. Right now, our generation, we don't have no gender roles. Whoever need to wash the dishes, wash the dishes. Whoever need to fold the clothes, fold the clothes. Whoever, I don't feel like we live in that day and age. But if you talk to older people, they live in that day and age. Like my wonderful Uncle Joe, he will tell you, you must cook, clean, iron the clothes. He should come onto a hot meal, or whatever the case may be. I'm like, okay, but Uncle Joe in his 70s, right?
Yeah.
His wife didn't work. Mm-hmm. So his mindset of that is fine from back then. I work every day just like you work every day. You can't expect me to hold the house down, hold all the children down, help with homework, cook, clean, fold clothes, and give you butt. And you come home from work, you bring in money like a man, and you lay on your behind. I feel like there's where the double, like there's a lot of times where the double standard lies, because that's how we were raised. Like how you mentioned about the Barbie dolls and stuff. Mm-hmm. We are always raised to be domesticated. And I don't feel like even our movies, the Disney movies, we're some damn joy in distress, and a man got to come. Think about Rapunzel. I got all this hair on my head. The man got to climb up on my head and save me. Mm-hmm. You think about Tiana, Princess and the Frog. A man got to come, and I got to kiss him for him to make me tell people like I don't think we realize what the world is perpetrating in our women's and our children's head, that it's always a man to come save us, or it's always a man to come get us out, or what the case may be. But then they look down when a woman say, I don't need a man, or I can do for myself. I feel like in everything is a double standard. And when it comes back to what Chanel said on the relationship, I feel like it is a double standard. The grace, and I can say from my own personal relationship with my own husband, when Jamie started to change and evolve, I felt like I gave him grace to change and evolve. As soon as I started to change and wanted to do difference that did not fit what he wanted me to do, I feel like we had this right here in our relationship.
In terms of what?
In terms of like me taking time for myself, even me going out with sometimes with my girlfriends, what the case is, because I'm always more so of a homebody. I like to want to go out, or even when I got jobs that require more of my time or require him to do more with the children, what the case may be. Yeah, I feel like it was always a strain. It was always a strain of what the case may be. So I feel like the same grace that I allow him to grow up and to build himself up, because we got married very young. I feel like it was more for a strain, like who I am now doing this. I feel like if I would have still operated like he wanted me to, I would have never done this. I feel like I would have never stepped out and done this or whatever, because I feel like it was always a strain when a woman wants to I feel like progress in relationships, because sometimes, and I'm not saying it's on him, because sometimes I created this false narrative that I live by, that I'm gonna cook and clean and take care of the kids and do all this. I brought the narrative in my house because that's what the world taught me. So when I started to change, she was just like, well, you changing up on me. That ain't what you brought to me. That ain't what I fell in love with. That ain't what, see what I'm saying? So I feel like it was harder for me to change in the relationship or whatever. So I feel like when it comes to relationships or whatever the case may be, when it comes to infidelity, I feel like men are given more of a pass than women are. I feel like y'all can cheat multiple times, and we are expected to stay. And if a woman cheat once, and I'll be daggone if she cheat twice.
I agree with that.
I feel like there's no forgiveness in it.
I do agree with that part. My thing is, because you covered a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, I covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, you covered. I do want to go back, and in respect to Chanel, I don't want to come across disrespectful or anything when I brought that. Oh, that's a lot. I want to come across conflicted. All right, I do want to address her point though. So what she said?
So I'm reading it. Says, so when does a man take responsibility to break away from social influences and truly be accountable for what they contribute in a relationship? I believe women have to contempt to live above the stereotypes every day without making excuses about how we grew up. Men give themselves more grace than females.
You saying we give ourselves more grace than females when it comes down to what, cheating?
Yeah, and breaking away from social influences, from like how guys are influenced to have like women around, things like that. We feel like what I was saying earlier, I feel like men are given more grace in that notion. Like, okay, you can say that I have had this going on in my life or whatever, and I've been growing up, I grew up this way, I saw this growing up, this was happening to me, versus a woman, we have to just automatically be like, okay, whatever, regardless if I was raped as a little girl or whatever, I cannot be perceived as a whole no more, period. Like, I can't make these mistakes because ain't nobody gonna forgive me for making those mistakes. Versus I feel like we put the things on men like, okay, he can make those mistakes, and we have to just forgive it and understand. Like, I feel like we have to have more understanding when it comes to men.
I definitely now that part I definitely agree with. I do believe that men have been shown more grace, and that goes back to what I was saying. And understand one thing: when it comes down to, she said, when the men take responsibility, men take responsibility for it. And it may not seem like it to you, but understand what I'm saying, man. We do take responsibility there, because you got a lot of men out there who will admit, yeah, I did it wrong. I've seen men be so remorseful and so regrettable. I've seen men break down crying because they know, I did this and I messed up. You know what I'm saying? I've gone out to eat to Applebee's and sit down at the bar with men who know they messed up and stuff like that, man. I got this going on, man. I can't seem to break this and stuff like that, and they need help trying to break it. That's why I'm saying it. Like I said before, it doesn't excuse it, but it explains it. And when you realize that that's where the problem lies, you know what I'm saying, you have to take the time to retrain that mindset. Now, every man doesn't have that mindset. You got plenty, there really are plenty brothers out there that are one women type men. You know what I'm saying? They're one woman man. You know what I'm saying? So I can't speak for every brother that's out there that's, dealing with that. And the same way, there's a lot of women, when it comes down to it, who in that particular area, yeah, definitely. But there's a lot of women out there who get away with all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just stepping outside of cheating for a second, there's so many other things that women get away with. You know what I'm saying? That men can't get away with at all.
We're a little bit better at hiding.
And well, see, when it comes, when it comes down to cheating, it's not even so much better at hiding as it is men ain't looking for it.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of times,
I'm not looking for it.
A lot of times women think they're better at it, and honestly, because truthfully, most men know all the tricks. They know all this stuff. They understand that you're gonna stick to your certain routine. They understand all that. They know all that. But at the end of the day, most men ain't looking. If a man most men, when they trust their women, they trust.
They trust. With you
know what I'm saying? So I'm not looking. I'm not trying to look in your phone. I'm not trying to see where you went after work. I'm not trying but the average female is going to check up on everything. Mm-hmm. She's checking this. She's checking that. She's an investigator, so she's going to check. So she's finding stuff that ain't even there in many cases. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? She's looking like, oh, I'm finding, the slightest eye and this and that. She's paying attention to every movement. She's paying attention to every conversation. Men ain't doing that. Yeah. So a lot of times, men, if he's just not looking, it's not so much that she's better at it, because if that man really would do the same thing in return, he'll find it. He'll find out. You know what I'm saying? And putting myself out there, I know this because I've been the guy that women have cheated on their man with. So I know the tricks. You know what I'm saying? Just being very transparent. I've seen women the lies. I've seen them tell their man this and that, and the third. Both boyfriend and girlfriend, and some who are married. Now, understand, I'm not proud of my decisions to do what I did at the time, but I'm not sitting around that. My point in bringing it up is to say, like, I've seen women. I've watched men not look for anything. From the other they really have trust their woman. Yeah. So they really put their trust in and trust that she's not going to step out. So just to address that part. Sometimes it's not even so much that women are sneakier. In many cases, a lot of times, like I said, if you ain't looking for it, you just ain't gonna find it. A lot of times you ain't gonna find what you ain't looking for. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So that to address that part.
I got a point. But go ahead. I'm gonna cut you off. Go ahead.
Nah. But I think that, like I said, that because a lot of women ask the question, when do men do this stuff? When do men do this? And when do men do this? It's like we can say the same thing about y'all. When do women do this? Why don't women do this? Why don't women do this? Right. You know what I'm saying? It's not fair to lump everybody in the same thing. Everybody has their personal journey, whether you were male or female or not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all were trained to think certain ways. Like I said, what's the excuse for women being groomed the way they were and being taught? Like how you said you were taught this and that and third. But then you got women out here who living lives that are completely opposite. Right. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of us can't even tell the difference between the hoes and a good woman, because a lot of y'all look for the same thing. Yeah, you got a good man. Yeah. Y'all look alike in many cases. You know what I'm saying? The way y'all act, you know what I'm saying, the same. The same, like you said, you dress very nice, or a hoe dress very nice. Sure. You know what I'm saying? She wear tight things. So sometimes y'all interested in the same qualities in the men. Come on, now. You know what I'm saying? You want the thugs, you want this and that, you want this and that and third. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on. So, but then,
truth be told, I want a thug and a church man, like morph into one, like Mighty Morphin into one. Thug power, Jesus power, like all together. That's what I look for. Yeah. And no lie, I completely agree. I look for both. I look for both.
Yeah. And you got more Jesus, because ain't no thug.
Yeah, but you'll turn up if you need me now. I guess this is the point. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
This is the point I wanted to make too, because you said something interesting. I guess more so our question would be, or our statement would be, and I think it's not just for men, but I feel like because I'm a woman, I'm speaking from my perspective. I always feel like, why do we have to be hurt from infidelity or cheating to achieve the good man that we want?
You don't have to. I
don't feel like you don't have to, but I feel like more times, I feel like when I see other podcasts and other even preachers speak on marriages, I always feel like it was a big trial, and then there's the successful of the marriage. Or whatever. I always feel like there was a big bad thing. That big bad wolf came and blew everybody's house down in the marriage, and then we had good marriage. I always feel like, why do we always have I know nobody always comes ready to the table already. You ain't gonna have everything together. We all gonna grow with the same person. I am right now at 31. I ain't gonna be at 40. So it could be another trial we have to go over to enhance that. But I see a lot that, you know, even like, well, people have podcasts, like I said, that it's like, oh, you know, me and my husband went through infidelity or whatever, and that, like, you know, it was the worst time of our lives, but then now it's like the best thing that happened to make us grow. And I know God does everything, anything that's done for your, you know, your bad, God can work it out and change it for your good or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I always feel like why does all, not gonna say all successful marriage, but like, dang, why does it have to be so much heartbreak to get to the other side? And I know if I look at stories in the Bible, it's like the hard part and then the victory, the hard part and then the victory. But sometimes stomaching the hard part of it is the part I feel like the women, like, it takes us so long. I'm not gonna say men, but I'm speaking from women. It takes us so long to get over and to heal from. Like, I've dealt with heartbreak in my marriage. I dealt with heartbreak in my marriage. I dealt with heartbreak in other relationships. But I feel like, you know, when they say your heart break, like, so he broke my heart. I've dealt where it felt like my heart is like literally ripping out of my chest. Like, I just feel like I'm like, I can't breathe. I can't, like, the hurt from it. Like, I don't know why. I just feel like, you know, dang, why do we have to go through the hard part to get to that part in a relationship? Like the cheating, the infidelity, the lies, all of that. Like, why can't we come ready? And that's more sort of not a question, it's more of a statement.
And honestly, you can. I think if people would just take more time and rather than jumping into relationships, and because like, you got to think about it. This day and age when it's all over the world,
right?
And we all have been through trauma. If there's nobody that is exempt that's been through some level of trauma,
right.
And so you got to understand. I think you got to change your expectation. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because when you understand that everybody has faced something, you have things you went through, he has things he's going through, I have things that I've gone through. When you're courting, and see, we've been Americanized to believe that we have our own version of what dating is. I like you, you like me, bam, we're in a relationship.
Right.
People wait till they commit to one another to start finding out about one another. So it's like, I committed myself to you now, and then I start finding out all your flaws, and now I hate you.
Yeah, now
you know what I'm saying? It's like
dating.
Yeah, people don't waste. People jump into stuff, like even during the dating phase. I've seen people, oh, you better not look at nobody else. Y'all dating. I ain't put no ring on your finger.
What do you consider dating? Because literally, look at the question. What is dating?
What is dating? Dating is going on dates.
See?
Dating. Listen.
Please explain.
Hold up. Now, culturally, we know there's a hood version of dating. Dating is we together. In the hood version.
we did the hood version.
Yeah. And culturally, when it comes down, you know, that's the hood version. But dating and most people mind goes back to perspective. Yeah. Everybody's perception is different. So to one person, dating is, oh, we together. You don't treat me out to eat.
Oh, we go together real bad.
I gave you up on the second date. Oh, we together. We together.
We go to bed real bad.
But the other person still felt, well, I'm still trying to figure you out. You know what I'm saying? And so everybody's mentality is different. Like Bishop Gibson said, when you marry somebody, you marry their perception of what marriage is. You know what I'm saying? So however that person grew up believing that marriage is, and what this person grew up believing what marriage is, y'all bringing that together. And so now there has to be some level of compromise, because y'all could be believing two completely different things. And who to say who was wrong?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but there has to be some level of understanding. But too many people commit to the relationship before finding things out, before understanding who you are, where you come from, what's your flaws,
right,
and can I handle them? What past trauma have you been through? You know what I'm saying? I think in relationships, we all work so hard to put on our best self. Because I like you, I'm gonna give my Sunday's best. So, and whenever I see you, women spend an hour getting ready. You know what I'm saying?
There's no transparency.
Because you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to show you my flaws. I've been in a relationship where I didn't see the flaws in the beginning, because she was being everything she felt that I needed to see. She wanted to be this perfect picture of who she felt that I needed to see in order to be with me. You know what I'm saying? And then vice versa, I'm putting on my best, and not saying I'm not going to show my flaws, but people do so much hiding their flaws. And then, so now I commit to this perfection picture that you painted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You made this perfect picture of who you are, but it's false. It's not everything. So all the weeds and everything that the true you is hiding behind it. But I've already committed to you.
Committed to that.
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm in a relationship with this person who I've, saw all their good parts that they've been cutting. They've been covering up all their flaws. But now I'm in a relationship. Now we're both getting relaxed. So now that wall is coming down. Yep. So now the flaws are coming out, and now the arguments, and now the heartbreak comes because you thought you had this perfect person, and he always had that issue. You know what I'm saying? You thought you had this woman who knew how to control her mouth and knew how to control this and knew how to understand this stuff, but she was never that.
Which sometimes you ignore the red flags too.
Yeah.
Sometimes we see we just want to be in a relationship so bad. Yeah. We see like, no, they ain't.
Yeah.
What you got to say about that, Chanel?
Oh, you never saw my friend.
And Chanel, you know, this is nothing directly towards you. I'm just addressing certain things. You know, so we end up in this relationship, like I'm saying, and now that's when the heartbreak starts. That's when the argument starts. And now we're right back to, well, why every man this and why every woman this? And so like, well, no, you didn't take the time to learn certain things prior to it. You know what I'm saying? This person always had these flaws. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But
I can actually, you know, attest to that because when we started dating, we was like, hey, I like you, you like me.
And
that was it.
10 days in.
Yeah.
We was there.
We was a month in planning a marriage.
Yeah, he didn't want to get married. Yeah. Remember you bought me that car?
We both want to get married.
I know, but remember you bought me my car? I had a license the first show.
Yeah.
3 months in.
We was already
I had a permit.
Listen, we was already doing married people stuff.
Yeah.
I'm living in my mama's house. She staying with her mama now. And we acting like we already we can't like it's basically just us against the world. Mm-hmm. In a sense, like, okay, if her bills need to get paid, she ain't gonna go to her parents. She gonna come to me. Mm-hmm. We going to the flea market to sell clothes and tables and remember we went and got cans. Remember we sold cans?
Oh, swing set.
We sold cans and we sold swing sets.
Hey, we don't live with our mama and our daddy, y'all.
You know what I mean? And so and my version of marriage was, you know, because I was raised in a household, not, you know, a family that, you know, that
the man with the work,
the man with the work, the man provided, and the wife, and this is not just in my household, but within my aunts and my uncles, the woman took care of the home. Mm-hmm. But Lori coming from a younger generation of marriage, they didn't do that.
Right.
And so it was like a culture shock for me. I was like, wait a minute. You ain't cooking today.
Yeah.
And so I understand what you're saying. I don't really think that we actually took time to figure out this marriage.
The journey.
We didn't do that.
Well, Chanel made a point too. She said to ask, she said, I don't think we have I think we do have unrealistic expectations, but most times we don't vocalize what we need, so we allow that person to create their own version of what they think you want from them. We don't ask the right questions or have the right conversations.
True. That's basically what I said. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. And to throw something in right there. Okay, so y'all know, I'm just using that as an example to kind of go into my point. Y'all know where wearing white gloves came from. Ushers wearing white gloves came from in church.
Yeah.
So it was something, y'all know, that was something that was actually started during slavery, when the ushers, with the slaves, had to work in church, and they didn't want to come in contact skin for skin with the white people. They want to come in contact skin for skin with black people, so they made them wear white gloves.
Right.
So now a lot of churches still do that today. My point in saying that is there are many times, like how you just brought it,
I never do that.
Oh, yeah. That's where wearing white gloves came from, for those who don't know. In church, ushers wearing white gloves, it started in slavery.
Wow.
And when white, But see, that's my point. That's the point I'm proving. So to go back to what you were saying, Jamie, as far as like you said, I was taught that men will take care of the home, do this and this and this, and wives did certain things. I think we were taught to do certain things without understanding why it was done. Mm-hmm. And so we're just trained traditions without understanding what made it work. We're caught up in actions without understanding the essence of where the action came from. You don't get caught up in the action. What's the mentality behind it? Why was it started in the first place? So when you look back at times like that, when you look at God the man is held accountable for his wife.
Yep.
And a lot of people lose sight of that. We can't get so caught up in the world standards and how everything, the world does stuff. And like how you said, we start doing, like you said, y'all start doing married stuff. You start in your boyfriend girlfriend relationship. That's what happens when you start taking the rules of marriage and what God ordained for marriage and start using for your own plaything. You're going to get messed. You're going to get all kinds of stuff. That's when your mind gets all twisted. That's when things get out of kilter. You used to have teachers. I remember teachers used to encourage boyfriend-girlfriend relationships in school. You know what I'm saying? So you're putting a demand on a boy to be faithful at 14. You know what I'm saying? You're encouraging a girl to be committed to this one boy and expect her to act a certain way at 14. And then now they're having sexual relationships and now their spirits and stuff all intertwined in that. So the mindset is just janted and it's just tore up. And so we're doing a lot, but we're doing a lot of traditional stuff in the household without truly understanding why certain things were done. Men back in Abraham days, you know what I'm saying? Men went home, worked throughout the day. They worked in the field. They did all stuff. They took care of their home. And while the wife would just maintain the house. She made sure things were clean. She made sure the clothes were folded. She made sure all the house was taken care of. And so the man, when you look at the structure, literally the DNA structure of a man, women and men are not the same. We're completely unequal. There's a reason why men are built with more muscle mass. It's a reason why men are built with a certain innate mindset to hunt and to do certain things. We were built with that. It's a certain reason why women were built with this innate nurturing side to y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason why kids always look at dad as a disciplinary naturally. Kids look at dad as disciplinary, but if we get scraped, we fall off the bike or we get a cut or something, who we go to? We go to mom. Yeah. Nobody has to tell us to do that. We naturally do it. You know what I'm saying? So there's a natural role that God put in everybody for the household. And men, we were built to go out there and work, grind, take care of her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Make sure the house is good. Make sure the bills are paid. There are a lot of stuff. If you to look at a lot of men that are married right now with families, and you look at their lives married and when they were single, there are a lot of things that men do strictly for their wife and their kids. That if he was still single, and I know because I'm a single man, if he was still single, he'd be satisfied with certain things. But I'm do all this extra stuff because I know this is what she wants, this is what she needs, this is what my kids need. There are many times when men are like, I wish I could take a break. I wish I could do this, man, but I gotta feed my family. I've had that conversation. I've seen guys. It's me. Versus me. I can just do what I please. I know men who would leave certain jobs if they could, but because I got this house, I got this mortgage, I got insurance, I got all these other stuff to take care of. I can't afford this to walk away. I can't afford this to step away and do this and this, that, and third. You know what I'm saying? Because they're on the line. I got a family to think about. I can't afford to do certain things. I got a family to think about. So it's just that mentality. And then the women were free because, like Pastor Gibson told me one time, when him and First Lady got married, he said they built both their marriage off of two incomes. Because she was working, she had music in me, he had the barbershop and everything like that. So they would build their income. So when she got pregnant, she had to stop working. So all of a sudden, he was struggling bad because she had to start working for months dealing after getting pregnant. So he told me, he said, one lesson I had to learn the hard way. He said, make sure that your income can support everything. Everything. And I said, you know what? And God showed me, he said, if that's the way it was back in even Abraham days, in the Bible days, that's how it was.
What did Bishop Bailey say?
Bishop Bailey said that he felt like him telling Dr. Marsha to go to work was like him pimping her.
That's what he said. I was like,
and I'm the same way too. When he said, I was like, Dad, that's crazy. It's crazy you brought it up because I was going to say that. That's immediately when he said, I was like, damn. I was going to say that because my thing is, I feel like me telling Lord to go to a job or make sure, hey, you going to work today and you going, that's like, okay, hey, I ain't gonna worry about that because a woman, just being what it is. A man will hold a job out longer than a woman will.
Yeah, but we don't pick them jobs. We don't have
it. We gonna hold it out.
Right.
They'll love it the first month, the second month.
Hey.
She looking at me this way. I'm gonna cuss her out. I'm gonna do this. She ain't know who she playing with. Oh Lord, she about to quit. What I'm gonna do now? So I had to take this out of my mind. I dealt with this for the last 13 years. I had to take this out of my mind. Listen, I ain't worried about Lord. I'm gonna make sure that I can stand, because guess what? At the end of the day is they ain't come to look at Lord. They come looking at me because I'm the Lord of the house. I'm a Jesus.
And see, that's the thing.
That's that stereotype too.
Yeah.
Because if a household is failing and the bills ain't paying, and a man is living in your house, the first thing everybody around you gonna say, they ain't gonna say, well, why Lord? They gonna say, well, what Jamie doing?
Right.
That's the stereotype on the other end.
But honestly, which they should though.
But
they should look at the man in the household.
Saying, pretty much.
If you have a man in your household, he is accountable for everything. The maintenance, the upkeep, the ground, the maintenance on the vehicles. That's his job.
Exactly.
That's on him. Even if she has finances coming in, it's still his job to make sure that things are afloat in his household.
Exactly. And so now, like you just hit it right on the head, bro. So now, if you, like you said, if a man, a woman can be as old as she wants and still live with her parents, and nobody gonna say nothing. No, seriously.
That's so true.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody gonna say nothing.
But
a man do it, or you ain't this. You ain't that. You ain't this.
You're a mama's boy.
But see now in lieu of that, okay, if you carry that accountability, that's the reason why God gave the command women to obey your husbands. It was never a bow down thing. People gotta understand it. Submit. Because he carries that level of accountability. When you think, I tell all kinds of examples. Look at, I hate to get preachy and anything, but look at Job. Job's situation. Part of his story that nobody really pays attention to. His wife said, "Curse God and die." His wife gave up on all faith. She gave up. She was like, "Yo, I done lost kids. I done lost this. You know what I'm saying?
Sick and ugly. You got all this.
Yeah. He said, "Yo, curse God and die." But God said, the Bible says God blessed him with double everything. Her lack of faith didn't hold up their blessings, because Job's faith was still intact. You see what I'm saying? So as long as the man is still holding on his faith, the wife could be wilding out. I'm ready to give up. I don't have faith. The wife can't hold the blessings of the house up because it doesn't fall on her.
That's why the Bible is another scripture that says, I'm not quoting it verbatim, saying that even if your wife is unhappy with the husband, that means if he's not doing what he's supposed to do, even if I'm unhappy with him, the Lord won't bless him.
That's right.
That's because it still flows.
The man's prayers will go on.
The man's prayers because it still flows through him.
Right. Yeah. So it's like that man carries that level of accountability.
Man,
I don't care how crazy. Look how crazy the world is. Look how crazy social media is and how all this stuff. God's word still remains. And see, that's one thing we forgot. So even though we have our opinions,
right?
We have our perceptions.
Come on.
The word still remains. God said, "My law never changed."
Come on.
So my idea of marriage and my law, according to what I said about marriage and the orders that I set for the household, is still intact. I don't care how far off you get. I don't care how many times you know who you follow on Instagram. I don't care who you. It still has not changed that order. So you have to go back, and that's why I say you have to go back and look at to why they did things the way they did. Because they were trying to keep a certain order set within the household, and there was a camaraderie, there was a success. Right. When you look at Abraham and Sarah, back then, look how successful he was.
Was right.
You know what I'm saying? Because there was a set
order. He was
order.
a father of many nations.
Father of many nations. Sarah wasn't working.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? She took care of home. She took care of Abraham. She helped him take care of the sheep and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Abraham was the one who was responsible for her. You see what I'm saying? So that was a set order, and look how God blessed.
It's crazy because even before his name was Abraham, his name was Abram, her name was Sarai. Yeah. And the Lord did not make him a father over many nations, or give him his name, his God-given name, until he did what God told him to do. Then his name was made Abraham, and then her name was made Sarah. Now I'm
gonna take a step further. Remember, they laughed when God said that you will be the father of many nations.
Right.
So God said, I gotta change your name. I'm gonna change your name because of the fact that you're laughing at what I'm telling you. I'm gonna change your name to Abraham. So now every time Sarah says your name, she's gonna speak your destiny. So now every time she says Abraham, I'm saying father of many nations. Father of many nations. Father of many nations, your dinner is ready. Father of many nations, can you help me with this? Father of many nations. So now I'm speaking it. You know what I'm saying? So just to jump on that point too. But I think, like I said, we have to go back and put things back into perspective. I think we have gotten way too opinionated with everything, and we have allowed the stuff that we've gone through to take us too far off of where we're supposed to be. And this is why we have all this fighting over cheating and fighting over, well, I think this and I think this and I think this. You can say this all day, but what's your word to someone who completely just disagrees?
The complete difference, literally.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I completely disagree with your statement, how much does it really mean? You know what I'm saying? So what matters is the truth, the word of God. That really matters, the truth that we stand on. You know what I'm saying? I think we really have to get back to that before we really see things get in order, and not rush something that's meant to be sacred. Marriage is meant to be sacred. And like I said, we rush into it. We jump into it way too fast. And going back to like the dating part, in other countries, you hear the thing called courting. Courting is a spiritual walk between two people to see if there's a potential of marriage.
Right, potential.
So I'm investing my time and my energy into spending quality time with you to see if we will be a good fit for marriage. Nowadays, it's just about, I'm attracted to you, I'm putting on my best, have sex on the third, second date. Sometime you get in the first, and now we just got all this chaos going on, and then I'm expecting you to do this, I'm expecting you to do that, I'm expecting you to, you know what I'm saying? And it's just a whole big mess.
Yeah. Man, this is real random. I know you gotta say, I know you got a question. But as you were talking, man, I just realized how sacred sex was supposed to be. The woman popping, you know, the woman.
The term of popping the cherry.
The woman, her cherry being popped, her bleeding. The first time y'all had sex.
It's coming, yeah. It's coming.
Her bleeding on you. The first time she had sex, y'all had sex together. You know what I'm saying? That's sacred.
It is. What's crazy is, this is gonna be the last question of the night, y'all. And this is a really, really good question, because I like how this ends. What is your opinion on confronting a serial cheater? Confronting a serial cheater.
That's your relationship with? Is she referring to like somebody in a relationship, or just?
I would say, I'm gonna answer in general. Not even that I was in a relationship with a person. I feel like you need to understand who that person is, because I feel like, me personally, I feel like if a person is a serial cheater, they're a master manipulator, and they're probably a narcissist. They'll probably take everything. If they cheat it's something they do all the time, or what the case may be, I feel like they're a narcissist. I feel like the person, if you bring it to them the first time, they're going to tell you why they cheated, and the cause is always going to be something that you have not done to suppress or feel a need that they have. If they are a serial cheater, it's never going to be any accountability at all. You're going to be looking for accountability and wanting accountability, but that's not something that they can really give to you at all. I feel like a serial cheater is literally a master manipulator and a narcissist. They're never going to take responsibility. They're going to gaslight you all the time. They're always going to steer the conversation. It's always going to be, well, you could, prime example, you look through your phone and you see the man texting or the woman texting somebody, or whatever the case may be, and they immediately well, you shouldn't look through my phone. Why you look through my phone? You that's my privacy. That's my phone. I pay that phone. Instead of actually confronting the issue head on, they immediately go back to gaslighting you like you're the problem, and saying, well, you went through my phone, and if you love me, if they'll ever confront the real issue about them actually cheating, they always try to take it and spin it around or whatever. So I would say, first of all, let's pause for the cause. If you are with somebody that is habitually and serially cheating on you over and over and over again, I will let you know that is not a mistake. That is that's their character. That is legit their character. So what somebody does over and over and over and over again, they're not making mistakes. That is their character that they are showing you. That is not something that you can change. That is not something that the Holy Spirit can change. And it's in your best interest to leave if somebody is gaslighting you, because a narcissist can turn from somebody that's just gaslighting you to something that is extremely violent if you confront them in the wrong way, or if it's a heightened situation, whatever. So please, if you are in a situation like that, please seek help. And I will post that later as well, because domestic violence is very real, very real.
And on that part, like Chanel was saying, like, and also to add what you're saying, like, if the person is a serial cheater, you definitely confront them. Like, don't even be in a relationship with them. Like, get out of a relationship. And there's nothing, but I would also encourage that person to get help. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a deeper problem at the root. Because and even when it comes down, you know, we can't confuse narcissistic behavior. You know, sometimes things can look narcissistic, but that person may not necessarily be a narcissist. A narcissist, my sister, you know, and stuff. Sandra talks about this stuff all the time. A narcissist is someone, you will see it evident in everything. They're narcissists with their children. They're narcissists with people in the restaurant. They're narcissists. So a narcissist, a true narcissist, is always being manipulative, or always trying to find a way to get what they want out of everybody and everything they do. If they're just being just with you, that's narcissistic behavior, but that doesn't make them necessarily a narcissist. Understand that, and sometimes people just have no discipline in that area. And so once again, don't be in a relationship with them. You know what I'm saying? Step out of a relationship. If you see that, and they will show the signs, like you mentioned red flags, they will show the signs. If you spend enough time around a person and you ask the right questions, you mentioned it same, earlier in the comment, ask the right questions. Yes, you have to ask the right questions. You have to engage the right way. And you know what I'm saying? And if you're someone who's wise, do that. You know what I'm saying? Because shame, because like how they say, fool me one time, shame on me. Fool me two times, shame on you. I mean, fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me two times, shame on on me. You know what I'm saying? If you're the one who's letting it happen, if you keep getting in relationships if you got a relationship with somebody who cheated on you like crazy the first time, that second time should have been more warning. That second time should have been, don't continue to be in relationships with people who are cheating, then continue to blame all the cheaters. You know what I'm saying? I can't go outside and keep getting bitten by a dog and think something always wrong with every dog I come across. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't keep getting burned with fire and then blame everything else around me for being hot.
That goes back to that accountability.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You have to think, okay, what am I looking at? Maybe I need to change my perception. Maybe I have to stop looking at or think that just because they do this, that this means this. Stop thinking that just because they give me this, that I'm gonna get this. Stop thinking that just because anybody knows how to be nice, anybody knows how to be sweet, anybody knows how to paint the picture of what you want them to be. That's why when people I've been on dates and I've been, sitting down with women and stuff like that. And I've had women ask me the question, so what do you look for in a woman? And I don't answer the question. And I'll tell them, I said, I really don't like to answer the question. And they tell me, why not? I said, because I was like, because I love an authentic woman. I said, I just want you to be yourself, and if I like you, I like you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So
if you tell me that, if you tell me I like a woman that like to cook, I like a woman, guess what I'm gonna do? Women
gonna do that.
And it's not
do that.
Exactly. So that's why I do that. And so now sometimes they may not like that answer, but that's the answer I give.
If you're giving the manipulator the answer key. The play in your face.
Okay, cool. So I'm
gonna do this right here to get this
wrong. I'm gonna go buy a cook. I'm gonna go buy a cook.
Okay, so he wants me to do this. He wants me to do this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go buy me a cookbook.
Yeah.
I'm not cooking. You ain't never cooked a day in your life.
Murder the whole kitchen, okay?
Right.
You can't cook oodles and noodles.
Yeah.
That would be you.
Can't cook ramen.
Come on, bro.
Can't cook ramen.
You fix the noodles, but don't put the seasoning in it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Let's see. I had a comment from Tiffany. I think she was a comment. Said it happens after you marry someone too. Some people are so good at hiding who they are until it's too late, and they don't let their parents get involved either. Or don't let parents get involved either. That's what happened to me. And they saw a nice girl. They could push up on their son. I agree, Tiffany. Sometimes that does happen. That's one thing I'm very big on. I do not put people in my marriage, in my relationship, whatever happens in my household, unless it is verbally or physically abusing me. Now, everybody needs somebody to talk to, but as you grow older and wiser, you will learn that it's only certain people that you can disclose things to. And my thing is, me and Chanel, that's my best friend. It is certain things that I take to Chanel. It's certain things I take to God. It's as simple as that. Some things that don't leave my house or my bedroom. So I just feel like it's a certain way that you learn how to move, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, because Chanel don't give good sound advice.
He is a whole liar. Chanel, he still tell about all them times that he called you about them gifts, and I still ain't get no rice cooker yet.
Chanel, we're gonna talk tonight.
No,
I'm gonna call you because we got to work on some stuff.
No, because he missing whole rice cooker. Had Chanel researching rice cookers and everything, because that's what I wanted. Still ain't got the rice cooker yet, but it's okay. That's another subject.
She got a birthday party this year, so I made up for all them
rice cookers.
Yeah, I made up for everything.
You have it. Christmas and my birthday is coming up.
Well, let's get it right. My birthday coming up. Okay.
We're going to have a special watch party for Jamie's birthday on December the 12th.
Yeah.
You'll be what?
I'm going to be the big 34.
34 years old.
34. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Getting old.
And I want all my children to do something for me. Y'all hear that? I want all y'all to do something for me.
His big children in the back, and they're rolling their eyes at him.
And I want y'all to do it without my account.
Jordan, you still got look, Jordan, you still got that debit card you
My
found?
account. Do it without my account, huh?
What are you talking about?
Hey, you know what I'm talking about?
That's our.
That's not a surprise. Right. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna play you a surprise party, but we need your card.
Right.
We can go get the
So all
surprise.
this on me.
What?
See, this
Make it make sense.
This is how I would do it. What I would do is I wouldn't swipe it. I would just go to the ATM and get the cash out, so it'll still be a surprise. You don't know what I'll spend cash on.
Wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong.
That's amazing.
Oh,
Isn't
so
it?
That's wrong. But they do it though, man.
Yeah.
I got a surprise for you. Okay, cool. And I go look in the account. I see $100. I'm like, these niggas, this ain't no surprise. I'm paying for my own stuff.
Well, you make the most money. I keep trying to explain to him what I make on a salary in a year, he can make on one job. That is a big difference in income. That is a big stretch in income. And the stuff that you want will take one of my whole checks.
No, it ain't.
Do I need to go pull stuff out of your closet?
No, man.
So that's when you just do what you can.
It's not good enough for him.
It's gonna have to be.
I got a big
taste.
I got a big taste, and that was even back when we was dating. I've always been this way. Tell me I'm lying.
Okay, well then let me spend some of your money. I'm gonna put my money with it. Well, this is gonna wrap up another perfect space, guys. I will still be spending his money this week and next week and the week after that, because Christmas is coming up. Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas to all the hoes out there. I'm gonna be spending his money for Christmas, and also
pray for me, y'all.
Whoever wins the hoodie, which I will announce tomorrow at 1:00, he's gonna pay for it to be made. Nobody's clapping. Thanks, guys.
I'm in the middle.
My kids are clapping back there or whatever. But thank you guys for joining in. Thank you, Derek, for being with us tonight.
I ain't had to say nothing tonight.
He was so excited.
I ain't had to say nothing. Just talk.
He'd be so
just talk, Derek. Talking good.
He was. You gave some amazing points.
Amazing points.
I just feel like
I don't think it was a good discussion.
Oh yeah.
I think it is. I feel like it's a discussion that needs to be had. To get to the nitty gritty, I feel like we skate over a lot of stuff or whatever, and we don't bring it back to really what it is or whatever. So my goal with Perfect Space is to bring real, authentic conversations that provides a space for healing, for laughter, for joy, creating whatever that perfect space looks like in your home.
Right.
So I hope tonight we've created a space of healing for you, a space to have those conversations. Or even if you're dealing with infidelity or in a relationship dealing with it, I hope we gave you some insight to know how to deal with it. Of course, my inbox is always open. If you got more questions, and I love you guys. Bye, guys. Jordan gonna stop the what